Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Scotch with Scotch Reviews.
Subscribe now.
Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff down below. But we're talking about Insta360 Go 3. So I took it to Hawaii on a trip. Now let me backtrack a little bit. I've had the Go 2 before and did reviews on that, and then kind of moved on from that camera. I've always compared it to the Action 2 from DJI. And then the 3 came around. There were so many reviews about it out there. They were just like, it's awesome, it's the best camera in 23, and then all this stuff. And I was like, no, it's not. And I was like, all right, let me give it one more shot. I went to B&H, found one used. Shipped to me really fast. I love B&H. It was not used, by the way. This thing was brand new, sealed box and everything. So thanks B&H for sending me a brand new product. But the whole point of this video is I really wanted to like this camera and find a purpose for it in my camera world. But this is the box right here that it came in, and this is the return label that I've already made up. So just to prove that I did have this item, here's the box here, 64 gig. I packaged it up nice and pretty. The little guy right here. See that? There we go. Put everything back how it was. It's not good. All right, let me talk about the pros first. So if you want this camera, and you really need to understand that what it's good for. And really what it's good for, to me, is when you have it just the little camera. If you're a runner, you need a small form factor to throw in a pocket, to put on your chest, to mount it as you walk through the airport so no one kind of sees what you're doing or you're filming, to get those street style shots. It does work. That's the kind of camera you need for that, I think. Putting a GoPro to your chest, something like that, stands out a little bit more. People recognize what a GoPro is. So there's limiting factors in that. And there's other cameras that are older that do that same thing, which I got rid of. The Action 2, that has more capability in one little small cube than that camera combined. So let's just talk about the Go 3. The reasons why I was kind of disappointed in it. Because there's potential here, but it needs some help. And there's things on it for this price. For the price they're asking, yeah, there's no forgiving. Let's talk about the cons. And let's not focus on image quality yet. Let me just focus on what the camera does not so well. And that, number one, it's laggy. So when you're looking at the camera and you have it separated from the device and you're looking at it, or it's in the device, it doesn't matter. There's lag. So if I'm doing this, then I see this. So if you're filming something and you're trying to like, oh, and you're like, well, why is it lagging? It's like always trying to catch up when I move. So it takes the use of the screen on the back to get your shot, besides going, yes, I'm in frame, and then no longer look at it. It takes that kind of away because it's so laggy, which to me, again, for the price, is not really acceptable.
Hand up. There it goes. Hand down. Hand up. Hand down. Slow.
All right, that's one thing, lag. Next thing I'm gonna talk about is something you may or may not bother you, but it's transfer speeds. Now the transfer speeds, what you mean is that when I plug it into the back of the camera, into my MacBook or whatever you're gonna use, and you transfer those files, because it's the only way to do it, onto your computer, that process is slower than normal. Like there's some things you're like, okay, it's a little bit slow, or it's about average. This is like painstakingly slow for a wire transfer. Now the data cable I was using was a data cable that came with my SSD card. So it is a dedicated data cable that's supposed to have high speed. And that going from an M1 or M2 MacBook was just, it was slow. It was just ridiculously slow. You can work from the camera, from the Insta360 app if you want to do it that way, but I want to get the files off and then use them like my computer to process through Insta360 app and then dump them into Final Cut Pro, whatever you're going to use afterwards. I know it's a step. I'm used to Insta360 having this step where you film, you process through the app or on the phone app, and then you get your final results kind of thing. So that's lag, transfer speeds. And then we talk about the connection between the device. So I can get it out. Let me show you. If you know who I'm talking about, leave in the comments down below. All right, I had this on the back of my hat. So I used the hat clip and I turned the hat and I used it on the back. So as I was walking backwards, it was filming. And all I want to do was, the thing was on the back and I'm holding this out front and I want to watch my shot. And it was not connecting, it wouldn't connect. So I'll move it here and look at it and it connects. But move it here, I lost it. Lost it. Got it. Really? I mean, you're talking, it can't go through my head. I'm sure it's not good for my brain, but I mean, come on, come on, man. For almost $400, you can't get a connection going here. When that's the main purpose is like, oh, look, I can frame my shot. I can mount it here, look at my shot, and blah, blah, blah. This, come on, put that back. The last thing is image quality. Yes, we got a little improvement over the 2, but it's just there's a big drop when it comes to 2.7K and 1440. You really see the difference. I do like the freeform where you can adjust it in post and it makes it very smooth. 2.7K is okay. It's okay in bright conditions, but when it comes to anything dropping below normal, it's just grainy. And yeah, so I did shots of my GoPro here, the Hero 12 and this one together walking around, and I did some with the Pocket 3, so I'll show you all that, the kind of differences at the end if you want to see some of the footage differences of so the Pocket 3, the GoPro 12. I actually used the ZV-E1 a little bit, but I know that's not even a comparison. That shouldn't be talked about. But these two are close, right? They're action cameras, kind of the same game here. Again, I like to use this camera separate, have it on my chest, out in the go, in my pocket. Things you have to be careful for. When it's in your pocket, you can easily bump this and start the camera recording. So that's a problem. Then you feel the heat in your pocket because it's getting hot and you're like, oh no, it's running. That's an issue you just have to be concerned about. When it comes to just using this camera by itself, also, you could go in and have like 2 presets. So there's one click and there's double click. So the one click I have set up for 2.7K and the double click is freeform. That's how I set it. I mean, you can do whatever you want, time lapse, photos, but whatever. There's a whole menu system for that for 1 or 2 clicks. So that's your choices. So if you don't have the base with you and you go out for a run, you got those 2 choices of how you set it up, and that is it. You can't take a photo or nothing because you don't have the base with you. Maybe you can use your phone, but the base is probably what you're going to use to change your settings. But that's just, I mean, if it was 4K camera and it was coming out awesome, I wouldn't care about that. I'd be like, okay, those are just 2 things. Those are 2 settings I put in ahead of time, and that's what it is. But it's everything combined going like, you're like, just not enough. So Insta360, I know you've never reached out to me, and probably after this video you never will. I think you should, because if you can make the next one and prove everything I talked about wrong, let's go. Send it on. We'll review it, and I'll give you all the credit that you deserve for fixing some of the things that are wrong with the 3. You know you got to make this 4K. You got to really improve this. If you have to go a little bit bigger, because I see you went a little bit bigger again, then go a little bit bigger. Or try to put some cooling devices on the side where it cools easier. If it's 4K, it's making it overheat too much. But I think you can do it, and your skin tones get better from the 2 versus the 3. Skin tones on the 2 were really bad, like pasty bad. So this has gotten better. I know you guys have watched a ton of videos out there on this camera, and everyone likes it. A lot of people like it. A lot of people have given the camera too. So I understand when you're given something, you want to put it in the best light possible. But no matter what camera it is, if you watch a certain person on YouTube and they do a lot of video reviews, and you're getting crazy cool, like weird shots with this, with drinking it out of your mouth, put it in your mouth, out of the cup, and you say, I'm going to use this all the time. Do you ever see them using cameras again like this in their other videos? Not much. It's always going to be probably the big camera with the better quality. It's what they'll fall back to, because they really are worried about image quality. You could sneak in 1 or 2 shots like this, but it has to be really quick so that your viewer doesn't like, was that bad image quality? Was that really blurry? What was up with that? But if it's a real quick shot, then you can fly. But using this as a dedicated camera, even for family stuff, you'll be like, image quality is just not that great, but I did pay a lot of money for it. All right, that's all I need to gripe about for this camera. Did I miss anything? Yeah, I don't care about the memory part of it. Picking 32, 64, 128, I actually like it because I don't have to worry about a memory chip, pulling it out, formatting it. I know if I had this camera with me, I don't have to worry about an SD card because it's all right there. That is kind of nice to have. Oh, one thing I did miss from the Go 2 versus the Go 3, I did like the base of the Go 2, how you kind of put this camera into its base. It looked like an iPod's case. You closed it up, put it right back in your pocket, everything was protected. It's charging up, everything's protected, on the go, no big deal. To me, once you get out this, and you put this in here, in the box, now it's like a regular GoPro, and this is all protruding. It goes in further, right? I got a packaging thing in there. But now it's unprotected. This is still, I can't put it in my pocket because if I have keys in my pocket, this could scratch the glass, or it could scratch the back panel here for this. So this feels like this again. And if you're going to use it like a vlogging camera where you're going to pop the lens and do your walk and talk, there are other cameras out there for that. I think I would rather use the GoPro, or now you got the Ace Pro from Insta360. I wouldn't use it like that. I mean, there's other cameras that do that. This would be like the last thing I do is use it like this. Oh, okay, let me blah, 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 and then go on. It's all about the POV shot for me for this camera. So that's all you want is POV shot real quick, like an airport walking through, and you want nobody to watch you. Yeah, grab one of these, even get the black one that just came out where nobody can see it at all. That's kind of cool. But again, I'm waiting for an upgrade. I'm waiting for a better camera. Insta360, I know you can do it. I'll be happy to review your 4 when it comes out, so keep me in mind. That's it for this one. I have some more footage at the end. I'm still kind of going through it right now, playing with it, see how I can make it look as decent as I can as possible. So, prepare yourself. Oh, don't forget, Fridays, I'm drawing this out, so you have to go to that video I made about this and put your comment down below to be entered to win. Okay, go do that. Otherwise, you're not going to win. You want to win.
freeform. How'd you do crazy movements and all be stable? So it has its purpose, it's just not very clear. So all the cameras that are out today, it's a lot of money for this quality.